the league versus Caitlin Clark. And that is just absolutely false. It is unfair to the women that have been there building this league to this moment so that Caitlin Clark's popularity could take it to the next level.
Even 3 years ago, you would not talk about the W at this level. Don't do that.
Guys.
Nobody was, Monica. You making Stephen A. point, Monica. Monica, you making Stephen A. point.
Monica McNutt ended up embarrassing herself on live TV while talking about Caitlin Clark. She argued that instead of giving all the credit to Caitlin for the surge in attendance, people should also recognize the contributions of other players in the league. According to Monica, there have been far more talented players in the past who never received the same level of attention or viewership.
The response of folks that don't think she is praised enough and she is above reproach in terms of criticism, or that praising another player is an affront to her, is like, whoa, bro. Like, also, like, you're in my mentions talking about women's basketball. I've never ever seen you before in my life. Like,
it's clear the media seems to have a certain narrative around Caitlin Clark, yet she refuses to engage with the criticism. Instead, she lets her performance do the talking, continuing to shatter records effortlessly. With every game, she proves her doubters wrong, making analysts look foolish one after another, while fans watch as their predictions keep falling apart.
Stephen A., respectfully, with your platform, you could have been doing this 3 years ago if you wanted to.
All right, we gotta go.
Stephen A., I'm talking to you. Wow. Don't do that. I'm talking to you about the power that you have.
Really appreciate
you my girl, but you've missed a lot of episodes of First Take.
Caitlin Clark's rapid rise in the WNBA has been incredibly impressive, but like many stars, not everyone has been quick to fully support her. While her skill and record-breaking performances have grabbed attention, her path to being recognized as one of the league's top players has come with intense debate and controversy. ESPN discussions have often turned into heated exchanges, with analysts such as Monica McNutt and Molly Karam sharing contrasting views on her influence. At times, McNutt has favored other rookies for major awards, while Kareem has appeared cautious about fully backing Clark's achievements, adding even more fuel to the ongoing conversation.
Rookie of the Year is going to go based on the standing.
Okay.
Because I think that is how you have the opportunity to measure impact.
And the sky's right above them.
And the Sky right now are in the playoffs, so you'd have to give the nod in my mind to Angel Reese.
Monica McNutt was among the most vocal early in the season, initially backing Angel Reese for Rookie of the Year. Her stance was straightforward. She believed Reese stood out due to her performances, particularly since the Chicago Sky were in a stronger position in the standings compared to the Indiana Fever. McNutt openly expressed confidence that Reese had everything needed to secure the award, suggesting that while Caitlin Clark was clearly talented, she hadn't quite reached that level at the time.
She is cashed in, literally cashed in, but her attention, her notoriety is based off Caitlin Clark. She wins the national title. First thing she does, she mocks Caitlin Clark. And then she doesn't even celebrate with her teammates. So she's made it personal with Caitlin Clark. Then she's played off of that. Even Caitlin Clark getting knocked down in that game on Saturday, who's standing up applauding but Angel Reese?
From McNutt's perspective, her opinion made sense at the time. Angel Reese was delivering strong performances that are uncommon for a rookie, and her impact on both offense and defense for the Chicago Sky gave her an advantage over other newcomers. Meanwhile, the Indiana Fever were struggling as a team, and although Clark was putting up impressive individual numbers, the team's poor standing worked against her in the eyes of analysts like McNutt.
Caitlin is fantastic, and I think she's going to have an incredible career in the WNBA. There are women that were worthy of coverage prior to her arriving, and I just will not be silenced when it comes to that.
During an ESPN segment, McNutt was forced to reconsider her stance on Caitlin, but even then, her comments still included subtle jabs and stopped short of giving full credit. She did recognize that Clark had established herself as one of the top players that season, not just among rookies, but across the entire league. It wasn't only about her impressive stats, but also her leadership of the Indiana Fever, helping a struggling team find direction while drawing major attention from fans. McNutt admitted that although she had strongly supported Angel Reese earlier in the season, Clark's performances ultimately made her rethink that position.
The game is physical. Caitlin is helping to grow the league. These women understand that, but she cannot be babied as a rookie. That's all I'm at.
Although McNutt eventually acknowledged Clark's talent, others at ESPN didn't seem as eager to praise her. Molly Karam, one of the network's most recognizable voices, often appeared to minimize Clark's accomplishments. Intentional or not, she frequently shifted discussions away from Clark, even when her record-breaking performances were the main story. Fans picked up on this pattern, noticing that whenever Clark was mentioned, Kareem seemed reluctant to give her the level of credit many believed she had earned.
There were a
But
lot
I'm not
of
gonna
people
let
that
you do it.
laid the groundwork that deserve shine as well. Here's
Are
what
they
we're
playing
going to do.
now?
Shin,
Are they playing now?
Here's
Are
what we're going to do.
Are they playing now?
We don't have Andrea.
Remember, you got
we
a
don't
slight
have
delay,
any of the
Shannon.
women, Chanae.
Remember, you
They'll
got a
come
slight
back
delay.
on. We'll revisit this conversation gladly.
One of the clearest examples came after Caitlin Clark surpassed Alyssa Thomas's assist record, a milestone that should have firmly established her as one of the league's standout stars. Instead of highlighting Clark's achievement, Kareem quickly redirected the discussion toward other players, emphasizing their impact on the league. To many viewers, it seemed like a deliberate effort to avoid giving Clark too much attention. This approach didn't go unnoticed, and some even speculated that her reluctance to fully embrace Clark's rise was part of a broader attempt to spread recognition more evenly across top players, though to many, it came across as forced and insincere.
She's going to be dogged by better defenders one-on-one. And of course, on the defensive end, she's got to go and play defense. So I'm not sure what the scheme will be to protect her, because nobody has talked about her as a defender. And there's reason why.
Kareem's position became even more apparent when Clark set a new single-season scoring record, another milestone that should have dominated the headlines. Instead of fully recognizing the achievement, Kareem argued that Clark's star status had more to do with her popularity than her actual performance on the court. She suggested that Clark was viewed as a star mainly because she attracted viewers to the WNBA rather than purely because of her talent. To many, that perspective felt unfair, as it seemed to overlook the skill and effort that made Clark stand out in the first place. Critics of this view pointed out that her ability is exactly what brought fans to the league. Kareem's hesitation to fully celebrate Clark's success left many feeling that the young player hadn't been given the credit she truly deserved.
That's exactly what I'm saying, because I think it makes a mockery of the women's game. If the focus on, now we just have to have people because of marketing and their attention, and they're not as talented, and we're not putting the best team out there.
Stephen A. Smith, known for his outspoken style, also shared his perspective on the Caitlin Clark conversation. Unlike Molly Karam, he took a different angle. Observing the growing tension between Clark and Angel Reese throughout the season, Smith suggested that Reese appeared to be driving the rivalry more than Clark. In his view, it wasn't entirely organic, but rather something being built up by Reese and those around her. He also pointed out that while media and fans were eager to frame the two as rivals, Clark largely stayed focused on her game, allowing her performances to do the talking. Rather than feeding into the drama or engaging in back-and-forth narratives, she chose to remain quiet and let her play define her.
Remember when you were waving your hand in Caitlin Clark's face when you were beating her for the national championship? Everybody remembered then that you belonged in the WNBA and your future was going to be on the pro level. Quick, fast, and in a hurry. Who are these doubters?
Stephen A. Smith argued that Angel Reese leaned into the rivalry with Caitlin Clark, especially after her injury, to stay relevant, while Clark stayed focused on her game. He dismissed claims that Clark's popularity outweighed her talent, insisting her performance is what truly makes her a star. Early doubts from Gino Arima about her ability to handle the WNBA quickly faded as Clark dominated, breaking records and leading the Indiana Fever's improvement. By season's end, she was in the MVP conversation alongside Aya Wilson, with her impact, leadership, and global appeal making it clear she's not just a fan favorite, but one of the league's top players.